What's up, everyone? Brandyn Pokrass of the League Winners here once again for another interview. This time we're with FAU linebacker Tyler Stolsky. Tyler, how we doing today?
Good. How are you doing? Thank you for having me on the show as well.
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to appear on here. So, my first question to you, you obviously transferred to FAU. Want to ask you, how was the transition to the school and what was your favorite part about the team?
Yeah, no, I mean, it was definitely a very unique transition. I mean, coming from Minnesota all the way almost on the brink of Canada down to South Florida is a very big change of scenery. It was something I kind of already knew and wanted to do, to be wholehearted with you. Like I've always enjoyed Florida, always enjoyed South Florida. I've been to Boca like 3 times before transferring down here. It's funny. I had Snapchat memories. I had a memory pop up from it was in March a year ago, like this past year, that I would someday live in Boca, and it's crazy how things change in 6 months to a year. But no, it was a smooth transition. I mean, obviously, it can be stressful at times. It was hard, especially your phone rings from. I mean, shoot, when I got offered by FAU, it was I think it was like 7 in the morning. Like my second day in the portals, 7 a.m. Coach Rock, who's now at Auburn, gave me a call and were like, yeah, like we want to offer you and all this. And then they all kind of the other offers kind of came in, and you're just on the phone trying to figure out. It's like speed dating. You're trying to figure out what's the best program for you and where you want to be and where you can excel, but also where you'll fit in the most. Um, and so it's kind of a leap of faith, admittingly. I was a little worried at first. So I set up my OV to come down here. And I mean, I was just like, I wanted to live here. I wanted to be in Florida. I wanted to get out of the Midwest. I wanted to change the scenery. I wanted to be somewhere where I was wanted, and somewhere I could play and start and just have a bigger leadership role. And I was like, Florida Atlantic will have to screw this up for me to not come here. And I came, and it was lights out. I mean, everybody, like, to a T, fitted exactly what I was looking for from a coaching staff, strength staff, nutrition, like everything. And it was a no-brainer for me after that. I mean, I committed on my second day on the visit. I was up in Kittley's office, and I was just like, yeah, like I'm an honest guy. You've seen, like, you've been very transparent and honest with me. Like, I want to be here. I want to help build your program. And admittingly, like there were so many other factors into it. I mean, while I was at Minnesota, my first 2 years, our defensive coordinator, Rossi, who's now at DC at Michigan State, called me while I was in the portal. And it was just like, hey, like, I trust Dewhurst. Like, he's a genuine guy. Like, you'll be in good hands. And so, like, it was like, okay, like there's guys that I trusted and helped develop me as a football player and a college football player, and just like help me learn so much, even just as a man and an individual. And they're like are backing these other guys who are at FAU. So I was like, okay, DC from defense standpoint, boom, good, golden. Like I have all my faith in there. So I was like, okay, let's meet Kittley. Head coach is important. Minnesota's a very disciplined program, huge on the culture. And admittingly, like it shaped me in who I am today and made me like a great man. And I'm so thankful for all the memories up there, all the guys up there. I still stay in touch with all of them. But I wanted something that was a little bit more kind of, you got to be your own man and handle your own business, and we'll have a standard, but you have to uphold that standard yourself. And that's kind of what I was looking for, just a little more hands off in that regard. And I found it here with Kittley. Kittley, told all of us, like, you want to be a grown man, like handle your business like a grown man, and I'll treat you with the same respect. But as soon as that slips, like, then no, then I gotta baby you and hold your hand. And I was like, perfect. Like, that's what I want. Like, just let me be myself and do what I need to do, until, something slipped, which, never did in anything. But that's just exactly what I was looking for. And same with Schwann's. Like, he was also a fellow Midwest guy from Wisconsin. And he has a good pedigree of like guys he's worked with and linebackers that are in the league. And I loved his coaching style. He's very hard on us, but then also loves us up in the same way. And I feel like I'm similar. Like I'm two different people on and off the football field, and he's the same. And I was like, okay, like this is a guy I want to be around, and as a coach I want to be around. And To be fully honest, I think the biggest takeaway for me was our strength coach, because just being a guy who's been in college football, you realize like, okay, the head coach, it matters to an extent, but like you spend the most extensive time with the strength coach and your position coach. So, Schwann's, boom, like that was taken care of. Just same with Dewhurst, Kittley, all that. And then it was me and my mother had a meeting with Bealey, our strength coach, and I loved everything he said. And he viewed us as all his own kids and just would go above and beyond for any of us. And I was like, I felt like he was being fully genuine, honest, and you never know. I mean, you hear all those recruiting stories, and we've all been a part of it where like coaches are two-faced. And so I was like, okay, everything seems great. Like, I love it. Boom, committed. And then like, it was perfect after that. Like Bealey said, like, yeah, you can call me whenever. So I was like, okay, let's see. Like after I committed, I was like, let's see it. I'd been dealing with a little bit of a high ankle sprain that I suffered at Minnesota. So I was like, okay, I called him at like 11 o'clock on a Tuesday. And he's just out and about, puts the camera down, like out in public, and starts doing exercises out in public to show me. This happened on 2 separate occasions. I was like, okay, I'm in good hands. Like, never miss one of my calls, doesn't miss one of my texts. Like, and it's just grown since then. That was just the beginning. And it just solidified that, like, okay, I'm in a great program. I'm where I want to be. And it's just skyrocketed since then. I mean, these past couple months, I'm so thankful for all those coaches. And I've been meaning to tell Kittley this. I haven't told him yet, but like him and Schwann's and the whole staff kind of helped rebirth my love for football again. I mean, I was pretty in the dumps at Minnesota. Like, I was just on a little downhill spiral just for my love and appreciation for college football. And it just totally got ignited again being here. And it was just so refreshing and refilling for me to be around like these kinds of coaches. And they brought in guys like that, and being around genuine guys. I mean, it's such a blessing. Like, everything that we touched on, like I'm just so thankful to be able to be here and be in a program like this and be around the guys that I get to be around on a day-to-day basis. And I wouldn't trade it for the world.
That's awesome. Like truly, you finding that spot for yourself and how you adjusted to FAU. That's all you can ask for, especially as someone that had to enter the portal and, in the context, had to make that split-second decision. Yeah. So moving on to my next question, this kind of ties into what you brought up. When it comes to the defensive scheme, obviously entering a new defensive scheme, how have you adjusted to it, and what do you feel that you bring to it?
Yeah, I think I've adjusted pretty well. I mean, obviously, the whole point of spring ball is kind of work out all those kinds of little niche like kinks that, like, every offense, we have a very unique offense. So I'm so thankful we get to go against them every day, because it presents a lot of unique opportunities that we might face in the fall. You might not, and you never know. Like, that one play that Kittley just schemed up and wanted to throw it at us and see how we react to it, Maryland might do the same thing, but at least this will not be the first time we've seen it. So I think it was great to just be able to I picked it up pretty easily. It was really not the hardest transition. I think my football IQ was always solid after my freshman year. Like, once I got a good basis under my feet at Minnesota, like, I kind of was like, okay, like, here are like core concepts, like cover 1, cover 2, cover, like, there's only so many different variations. And we play this like similar fronts that we did at Minnesota. But I think that was the easy part for me, was transitioning. It was just kind of learning those like unique things and just applying that to how it would go against our offense. And like I said, like, they would present us with very unique looks. And I think that was kind of like super challenging, and being able to work through that and work through it with different guys. And I think that, that part really wasn't that bad. And we've just installed it so much, and the coaches help so much. Like, as long as you apply yourself, that's all they want. Like, if you go above and beyond, these coaches will do anything for you. So I think that made it so easy with this whole staff, and just, I thoroughly learned everything, and then just trying to pick everyone up. And I think bringing guys with me was the one thing that I wanted to do this spring in regards to that, was just bring, like, okay, whatever X, Y, and Z is struggling with this formation, this concept, whatever coverage we're playing, like, how can I explain that to them? Because I had that kind of guidance at Minnesota. Like, I'm thankful to be around. I was around great leaders at Minnesota, and like, I think I hold on to that and try to aspire to be like that to the younger guys and pull them up and be like, okay, like this is how I was taught, this, like maybe I need to, change it a little bit because, we're not all the same and we learn different and do that. And so then I think that kind of, that helped so much. And I think it just made the scheme also easier for me to understand. Like if you can teach it, you obviously have to thoroughly know it. So I think I picked that up pretty easy.
And then building on top of that, you guys are heading into training camp in a few months, less than 2 months, however you want to define it. What have you been the most focused on improving as a player, whether it's on the mental side of things or on the physical side of things?
I think mine's kind of just a little bit more applied of kind of a leadership role. I did that this spring. I mean, obviously being the mic with the green dot, like everybody turns and looks at you. Like, I got to make sure everybody's lined up. I got, Dewhurst talking to me, and I got to see the formation, read and react. I got, extra voices in my head now with the whole mic and everything. And I love it. I love, being able, it's like a chess match. Like that's how I look at football. Like I love the schematic side of it. I love, scheming up against teams. It gets hard against your own offense because, they're just throwing stuff at you. We're throwing stuff at them. But like, I love in season, like scheming that up and just seeing how we can just get a leg up on them. So I think kind of just being a better leader in that regard and being able to bring like our whole defense together. But like, I don't want to be the sole leader. And I think that's one thing that our defense is really good at is like, it's not like one guy you could be like, oh, he's like leads all of it. Like, I think we're all leaders in our own unique ways. And we all bring those attributes to the table. So I think I've just kind of wanted to work on that without like in my own regard is to be a better leader. And then just, setting the example for the younger guys, don't miss any tackles, get all my footwork down, just stuff like that, like making sure I know everybody's job and responsibility. Like my focus this off season, this summer is kind of just, I want to know all 11 positions. I can't play them. Trust me. I can't do that. But I'd like if someone turns to me mid-game, like it just happens sometimes. You get hit or you miss a call, like, oh, what is it? I want to be able to like, okay, you like this is a call, this is what you got. Because I don't care. If it's one play, the offense hears that our D-line slanting, I have full faith that they don't want it as bad as us. And, this won't happen every time. But I am not worried about telling and making sure that we're all on the same page because I know that all 11 guys that we have on the field, like they all are like, there's a fire in them, and I have no doubt, even if the guy across from them knows, like they will give them everything they got and they'll beat them. And I have full trust in that. So just in that, like just knowing our playbook as well as like our defensive coordinator does, because there's times, I mean, we had times this spring where, I had a headset go out, like it fell out. And you're like, well, crap, you can't panic. I, call one of our basic calls that I thought would be good for, like there's so many different variations, like just studying, just kind of like talking to our DC and like, okay, what are you thinking here, here, and here? Okay, great. So now when I'm in the game and like stuff hits the fan, great. Now I'm not panicked. Like I'll make a call. And we had it. I mean, I think we had a TFL on one of my calls and Dewhurst he wasn't mad. He was happy, but he was like, yeah, I'm glad like you called it. Like I didn't hear it in the headset. And, I make sure everybody's on the same page. And I think that's something that I've, just tried to excel at, like control what I can control and just be the best leader, like on and off the field.
Yeah. And that mental side of things, especially at your position, is something that is just as important as physical, because if you know everything that needs to happen, you are already putting the defense in a spot where you're ahead of the offense because
Right.
If you, and this obviously, like you said, it goes into the film study part of it. You guys are obviously watching film on your opponents. You already know what they're going to likely do, and you already know what your play call is. You already have that step ahead on the opponent. And that I really, really enjoy hearing that. Something really cool that I feel like not a lot of guys, especially your age, coming into a new system are immediately doing off the bat.
Right. No, absolutely. And I totally agree. And like, it goes back to my point where I was like blessed to be around like amazing leaders at Minnesota and kind of just set that bar for us. Like this is a standard, like, we need to be proactive, not reactive. Like you need to know everything, like all of it for speed. And then you need to go anticipate what the offense is going to do. And it really does like pay off. And it really is just a big chess game. I mean, I think if you asked any OC or DC, that's all it is. They sit up there. This is like Madden for them with like 20-year-old kids going and whacking each other. Like, you know, and someone will tell you that, like, that's what it is. Like, they like the schematics, and I like it too. And I thoroughly enjoy it. Like, it is like I said, like, it's like a chess game. Like, you know, you make a move where, oh, wow, I just took your queen. Like, that's so rewarding. Like, okay, we anticipated that when you guys come out in this formation, based on kind of what we're showing you, like pre-snap, what you're going to be thinking based off of our tendencies, what kind of route concepts you'll probably be giving us, and then being able to anticipate that. And like, you know, even just against our own offense, like we picked up some stuff, like we have slogans for it. Like, okay, you know, they have tendencies too. Everybody does. So do we. And, you know, I enjoy that. I think it's so cool to call it out, and the offense is just looking at you like, what? And you're not always right, you know, but I think it's great. Like, just as much as you can about anticipation is huge in college football and football in general.
Absolutely. And now my next question for you, this is something I ask every single person that I interview. If there was one player, past or present, who you could have as a mentor or coach, and this is, you know, at the NFL level as a player, a college level as a player, et cetera, it can be really whoever, who would you want to be that mentor for you, that coach for you, and why?
Yeah, I hope I don't get too much shade for this because I know I'm at FAU, but I wouldn't change the mentors I had. I mean, Cody Lindenberg at Minnesota, he just got drafted to the Raiders. Was huge influence. Like I was his locker mate at Minnesota, and I mean, biggest mentor on and off the field. Like I texted him after he got drafted and was just like, you know, I'm so thankful for everything you did. Like you showed me what it meant to be like a leader and like how to be a great man on and off the field, like how to actual like put steps into motion on like just even prepping. And like, you know, when I started games at Minnesota, it was because he was hurt. So he's helping me in the film room, you know, and guys like Derek LeCaptain as well. He still has one more year at Minnesota, but just, you know, guys, they took me under their wing and like showed me the ropes. And I know you probably asked that question is like, a lot of guys probably say NFL dudes, and you know, it's you have to study NFL guys. Like, of course, like TJ Edwards, I study him. Like a lot of guys compare me to him, like just our playing style. And you know, there's study like that. But I mean, like genuine like mentors, I wouldn't change the guys that I had. I mean, I think they've helped me so much, and I mean, it's working out. Like they're getting drafted, playing at the next level, and like I'm so thankful to have been able to have that opportunity.
I'm very happy you brought up Cody because I actually had a chance to talk to him at the Senior Bowl, and I see that influence on you. You know, the same type of mentality, the same type of mindset, you know, how he approaches the game. I honestly see that direct correlation because he truly approaches it like that. He has that same cerebral nature. And, you know, it seems like, and obviously you can confirm this, seems like that's rubbing off on you in the sense of like, how he approached and how he taught you to approach the game is really having that significant impact on you.
No, absolutely. And I would 100% agree with that. I mean, like I said, like I texted him and I was just like, you know, even now, like I think like, okay, how did Cody lead? Like I thought he was an amazing leader, you know, like we're different, obviously different human beings, different builds. Like I'm a little bit more of like a yeller, and like I have a little bit more angry side. Like Cody is the nicest human being ever. Like plays hard and violent, but like the nicest human being. I'm sure you can attest to that after meeting him. Like such a genuine, down to earth guy. And like I think like, okay, what would Cody do? You know, like we're running suicides and like sprints. Like it sucks. It's summer conditioning. It's hot. We're running, but I promise you, Cody never lost a race, like never lost a race. Our whole, like all the years I was there, always was first, always won, like always set the tone, always like let us, like, you know, allowed people to be themselves and like had an understanding, and we all had a connection of like who you are as a human being, like even beyond football, outside of football, like who you are as a person, and being able to like understand that about them. And, you know, like you have to have jokes. It can't be just strict, like tense all the time. But like, how can you make it fun And it's a great environment where people aren't like stressed, like they're lax, they're ready to learn. Like it just, it's a better environment to be in and helps learning so much, but also like being able to pull everything out of them. So I do take that in everything. Like I'm like, okay, I remember like I would go in and go watch film and he would be there sun up to sundown, like first guy in, last guy out. And I just, kind of aspire to be a leader like that. And I got a long way to go, but like, I think he had a tremendous influence on, like the leader I am today and everything that I've done and been able to accomplish. I mean, him and Derek had a huge influence. And I promise you could go probably call the guys up at Minnesota who start over there and they would tell you very similar things. I mean, I know Maverick and Devin, we're all super close and I still talk to them. Like I guarantee you in some way, shape or form would say the same thing about his impact on just our development and like the kind of human being he is and just being able to perform so well on the field, but also just lift everybody up at the same time. I mean, I've cried in his arms. I cried in his last game, like Wisconsin, when he had that tackle on, I think it was like 4th and something to end the game. Like, he came off crying. I cried. And like my first start, after the game, I cried and he was there giving me a hug. Like, he's just such a genuine human being. And like, he's just like, I aspire to be like him.
I truly love hearing that type of answer, man. Truly. And that brings me in a way to my last question for you. Heading into training camp, heading into this season, what are your goals for this season, whether it's personal or a team? And really, what do you hope to accomplish in the 2025 season?
Yeah, no, I like to be fully blunt with you. I want to go win a conference championship. And I think we have the guys to do it, like wholeheartedly. I mean, you got Caden at the helm of this ship, Easton on the edge. And that's just one guy to name. You got JR, like the couple transfer guys we got inside. Like there's so many weapons that we have at wide receiver. Our O-line, like they're all, they would give us fits at times. We beat them. Like it's give and take. That's college football. And like our O-line, like Coney, Alex, Daughtry, like all of them. I mean, they're kicking butt. Sands is a beast. I mean, he's so elusive. I got him a couple times, but he got me, and like that's good. That's what you want. You don't want it to be one-sided. Like it was just very give and take, like most days in spring ball. And I think that was huge to our development as a team and like let alone like our defense. I mean, we got Duda on the edge. We got corners coming in. We have corners from last year. We brought in a ton of safeties. Obviously we lost Jay Will. Unfortunately, we got Mike Wright back. Like we have guys at every position, and it's depth. We got depth at it too. I mean, linebacker, you got me, Leon, Zaire, Quez, Jarvis, and like those are just guys to name a few. Like we have so much depth at every single position: offense, defense, special teams. Like I genuinely think if we come together, and there's going to be close games that we're going to have to win. We're going to lose some. We might win them. Like, it's close games. It's whoever wants it more. And it just goes back to like what we were saying initially. Like it's all a brotherhood. And like I think we have that compassion and support for each other to be able to win those narrow games. Like we have good teams on our conference. But we also have to have the maturity to beat the teams that we should beat. And that's the God honest truth. Like, there's going to be hard games that you need to find a way to win. And there's going to be easy games that you need to make sure you win and you win by a lot. And we 100% have the guys to do it. We have the connections like to do it. And like, that's kind of my, that's my whole mojo. Like I want to win a conference championship. I know, like I just got here, like they haven't been to a bowl game in a couple of years. I don't even know when. It's been a while. I know most of these guys on like who've been here in the past. I know some of them hadn't even been to a bowl game. Like I went to a bowl game every single year in college. So I'm like, okay, that's the minimum. Like that is our floor, is a bowl game, like a floor. And I genuinely think we can go make a run for the conference. And you never know. You don't want to like outstretch too much, but like you win a conference, you win the American Conference. We are a good G5 program. There's no reason we shouldn't have a chance at like the college football playoffs. And it's going to be a bold take. I know like FAU hasn't, been that great, but I mean, we have a whole new staff. I mean, Kittley's vision, we're all bought in like top to bottom. And it takes guys to believe in it. What the media says and what everybody else says, like it genuinely doesn't matter. Even what the coaches says, to be quite frank, the coaches can only do so much. Like it's all about those 11 guys who are on the field at one time, all like whole heart, like they all got to believe in one, that we can go do this. And like, the reason I'm so passionate about it is because I feel like we legitimately have a group of guys who believe that with everything in them and like think that we can do it. Like, there's no reason we shouldn't go compete for a conference championship. Like, none. We have so many weapons. We have depth. Like, we have all the guys to do it. And, you know, nobody talks about us doing it. Like, good, great. We are right where we need to be. Like, we don't care. Like, we are turning into like a gritty team. Like, just put our head down and go. And like, you know, light will be shed at the end of the tunnel. Like, 12 games from now, you guys will see. And you never know how it'll shake out. But we are exactly where we need to be. But I think that's a lot of the guys' aspirations is the floor is a bowl game. Like, it is. And it's something they haven't done. And it's very like basic. And, you know, it's a lot of it's Kittley's first year as a head coach, but I think it's easy. Like, we can hit that benchmark easily. And I think we can even go further than that and go for a conference championship. And we have the guys to do it. And I don't know. I think we got the buy-in. I think a lot of people will be surprised by what FAU does this year. And I'm excited to see it. You know, I hope you guys are just as fired up as us. And, you know, we want to bring it back, like bring winning back to FAU. You know, they were good when Kiffin was here. And we got it. We got a young coach with a great pedigree, great track record. Like for me also, that was another thing. Like, Fleck was the same way at Western Michigan. I grew up in Kalamazoo. I grew up watching him go 1-11 and then turn it to go into a Cotton Bowl. And I think they won like 12 games straight that year or something and like lost to Wisconsin. But I mean, why can't we do that? You know, like Zach Kittley is a guru and he's young and he's like hungry, and he brought in guys who are the same exact way. He brought in guys who are here for the right reasons. Nobody's here for money. Nobody's here for greed. Nobody, you know, oh, I didn't get enough catches. I didn't get enough touches. Like, none of that. Like, we're all here to win. We're all here to do it together. I mean, I work out with Sands, and like, that's our strength coach did that on purpose. Like, we have two of the freshman guys with us, and then it's me and Sands at our rack. And it's like, all right, like, if we want to go do what we need to do, I need to push you and you need to push me. Like, some days when I'm down, I need you to pull me with you. And then when you're down, I'm going to pull you with me. And like, if we want to win, like, we got to have a Mike linebacker who is like strong, boom, ready. Like, the team can count on him. Same thing with the running back. And that's just a small example. I mean, like, we got that at all positions, and like, everybody's just going together. I mean, we have a great environment. I mean, even like our lift today, like, everybody's having fun. There's nothing strict about it. Nobody's like, oh, you know, like, we were there for a while today. Like, you don't even think about it. Like, you're just with all your friends. Everybody's pushing each other. Everybody supports each other. Like, we're all super mature and like how we go about it. Like, it's not like, okay, this is dreaded. Like, oh, we got to do this. Like, it's like, okay, we get to do this and we enjoy doing it. Like, we enjoy being around these guys and all like striving for one goal and one mission. And I think it makes us so special. And I genuinely believe that like everything that I'm saying that we want to achieve as a team, I think we can do it hands down. And we have the guys, you know, I've been saying it over, and we have the guys, we have the maturity. You know, we got the discipline. Like, this isn't going to be the FAU team that they've seen prior. Like, this is a whole new squad, bringing a whole new like group of energy and just connectivity. And I really think it'll take us far.
I love that, because that brings it all full circle and really emphasize what you're saying, how you guys are bought in, you guys have the right culture. And I'm truly excited to see what you guys do. And that brings us to the end of the interview. Before we get out of here, where can everyone find you on social media?
You can follow me on Instagram. Gosh, I think it's T Stolsky. I think it is. Twitter is Tyler.Stolsky. And then if you guys are employers, I don't know, maybe someone watches this, you know, give me a follow on LinkedIn. There's life beyond football. So, you know, like whatever it is, I think all my socials are like Tyler Stolsky. I mean, Stolsky is a pretty unique name. There's not that many of us out here, let alone in the United States. So yeah, just wherever on there, give me a follow, give me a shout, like, and I'll answer, I'll respond. I mean, I love being able to give back. Like, I don't know. I apologize. I don't know the demographics of your podcast, but like, if it is younger kids who watch this, even if it's just one, like, reach out to me, like, I'll answer. I always do a youth camp back at home, and Like I enjoy it. I enjoy being able to give back and help in any way I can, because I had that kind of guidance and at times I didn't. And so I'm extremely appreciative of that. And so if anyone needs that, reach out. If you have younger viewers, like if you're in the Boca area, let me know. Like we can go to the field and I'll help in any way I can.
Well, I think that's a fantastic way to end this one. For Brandyn Pokrass, Tyler Stolsky, thank you guys for checking out this interview. Stay tuned for more, and we'll catch you next time.